times you've had to fight, I've just been your rival, Teal. I knew that's what they looked alike. Pulled from alternate timelines. Hey, I didn't snatch Teal. They agreed to join me. Wait, what does any of this have to do with stopping you? Oh, right. The reason I knew what you were up to is because we've done this back and forth a dozen times before. You weren't the first, to try to stop. Once you've unlocked the gateway to the infinite multiverse, it cannot be closed again. The first timeline in which I succeeded in realities was the only one needed to guarantee a flourishing multiverse. It cannot be undone. Every few realities, there will be a scenario just like this, where you try to stop me, but always end up a few steps behind. I inevitably give you this same spiel, where I explain the insignificance of your efforts. Then we, of course, battle it out to determine who's right. That's how it's always gone, and that's how it always goes. So that's it? You're just going to keep interfering in different realities, no matter whose life you're ruining? Right, because it doesn't matter. What, their lives don't matter? In the grand scale of infinity, no. They do not. This sort of Pokemon but there are an infinite number of timelines and realities. Everything and anything that could happen already has. The people whose lives may be affected by our reality-hopping actions are worse off in a million different realities and better off in a million others. Our actions on a universal scale are inconsequential, insignificant, practically non-existent. In time, you will come to understand that. I will never accept having a lack of empathy for other people's lives like you have. It's not obvious to you yet, but I am you. From an even farther future than you are to younger Grill. But that's impossible. Possibilities are infinite. Over the last few decades, I have been showing up in alternate timelines of my past in hopes of accomplishing goals more efficiently. I spent time teaching younger me things I wish I had known sooner. I created a vast network of alternate versions of ourselves, all working together to study and explore the infinite realities we have at our disposal. Every once in a while, one of us will rebel, thinking it's the right thing to do. Alas, I have yet to see a defector succeed. Like they say, there's a first time for everything. Optimistic of you to assume that you'll be the one to prove that sentiment correct. Well, come on, help me stop Thorn once and for all. As we put in all this, the sooner I can get you home. Oh, we get to choose? Oh. Poor choice, Grill. You see, through our main power supply and networking infrastructure were wiped out, the PC storage system was still intact. Behold, the creator of the multiverse, Archaeos. This is Archaeos, the one Pokemon above all, the creator of Arceus and the cosmic deities. Oh, we're battling that thing. Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's cool. Okay. All right. Great name. Normally it's Armadale. Comic shower. That's fine. It's level 88, so it's super level compared to us. Somehow shaking here. It's not effective. Oh my god, that's not effective. Who knew that chicken was actually going to become actually? Yes! We have defeated God's God! It doesn't matter now, Grill. Future you has destroyed our lab. We only have one other choice if you want to go home. Time for Archaeos to reset this reality. In its place will be a new reality, devoid of any more outside interference. I hope this is the last time I have to do this. Did it just reset our reality? What? Just so you know, Grill, I always planned to send you home. That was always my mission, through all of this. The only reason it got so seemingly out of hand back there is because it had to. It had to be something extravagant. A big climactic send-off. A satisfying conclusion to your grand adventure. Finally, time for us to go. Did you get it, Grill? None of this has been real. Just a figment of our brain conjured up. A fantasy world that brings us a sense of comfort. The way for us to kill you fear, waking back up to. All just an internal psychological struggle against yourself. We were always just trying to prolong the dream. But the dream is over. Our journey is done. Wake up. It was all a dream. The infinite universes we conjured up, the timelines, the people, and the story. A distraction from facing the realities of the world that we used to be in. This was never about the Pokemon or the journey. This was always about returning home. And Thorn knew that. We knew that. After millions of resets, hiding away, or cowering from facing our true reality, it was time to leave. So, she dragged a younger version of ourselves into her reality and fabricated the events of Epic. From the council members to Team Fate, all the way to the final villains in battle. To give ourselves the adventure we always wanted. To be ourselves. To enjoy life. To smile. To finally wake up. Hi, everyone. What? Hola, YouTube! Listos para mega. Donkey Kong Country is a game you've probably heard of. Selling over 9 million copies, it's one of the most popular platformers of the 1990s, and it's also a very popular game to speedrun. And with most popular speedruns, some game-breaking glitches are discovered. And with Donkey Kong Country, one was found that allows you to beat the entire game backwards. Donkey Kong Country has a multitude of glitches and tricks that can be very difficult to set up, as well as pull off. But the main glitch that allows for LBO to work is called the wrong warp glitch, which allows you to warp to different levels, allowing you to play the game out of order, and at how this is even possible. In this game, there are multiple ways you can warp to another level, and in every situation of warping, the way that work trick the game into thinking you are loading a different level than it intends to load. For example, the most simple warp is the map warp, which when clicking to start a level at a corner in the World 1 overworld, there is a 1-frame window where the game will actually let you load into a different level. And for some reason, the level that is assigned to 3 of these corners is orangutan game, which is located within World 10. And for other types of warps is when things get a lot more complicated. The most common warp in the reverse boss order run involves using the split up glitch as well as invisible barrels. In order to get set up for warping, the setup for split up glitch has to be done first, and split up glitch, when done successfully, will allow you to control both Kongs at the same time. The way to get split up glitch set up is to attempt to spawn a new Kong by throwing a barrel. But before the barrel is broken, you can exit out of the level, interrupting when the new Kong will actually spawn. The tricky thing about this is that now when entering a new level, the game will think that you have both Donkey and Diddy alive. So whenever taking damage, the game will stop since there isn't actually another Kong to spawn. But the way you can hit this soft block is to die by falling off of the map, which even with both Kongs will cause you to lose the level either way. And now that you have fallen through the pit, the game will give control over to the second Kong. But your first Kong will still have control as well, so whenever grabbing a new DK barrel, you can now control both characters at the same time. And now that you have both Kongs, the invisible barrel trick can be done. There are other ways of getting the invisible barrel, which we can talk about later, but as this is the most common, this is how it works. When controlling both Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong, you can pick up a barrel with both of them at the exact same time. You then do something that would cause one of the Kongs to drop a barrel, such as breaking it on an enemy, or breaking open a wall to a bonus room, which then leaves your second Kong with an invisible barrel. Now that you're holding an invisible barrel, the game wants to store something into that object slot, and since there isn't actually a barrel there, the game can just start to load in all sorts of information, with one of them being loading zones. So by entering a bonus room with an invisible barrel, depending on how you enter the bonus room itself, you can change what the exit door will send you to. Then once in a bonus room, the value for the exit door will already be set. But by doing yet another trick, this value can be changed even more, using a trick called the dual exit door, which is done by still using split up glitch and exiting a stage with both Kongs at the exact same time, which will change the value of the exit door yet again if the initial one is not where you want it to go. And that's basically all you need to know to understand how warping works at a surface level. Basically, everything in the game has a value of where it should send you next, such as a level start, level exit, bonus room exit, and so on. And by performing different glitches, how you enter the room after you do those glitches, which Kong you're currently playing as well as a handful of other different factors,